Hey, this is A-4227. I know I was being chased in the woods. Uh, More like chased out of the woods. It's interesting. Since the since their drones are no longer really that good, because we the people that are building them really don't care. See, that's one of the things is when you're working for a government owned uh, you know manufacturer and you're not getting paid, there's no incentive to do a good job. So, you know, they were, from what I understand, they were looking for a drone that went down. That was looking for someone, possibly me, and well, they use dogs. It's heavy-handed. And a lot of people do contract out, you know, and they have dogs. The control has dogs. Yeah, but I'm home now. I'm back in my box. Yeah, me and the dog, and I. It appears that the resistance, known as TAR, the American Resistance, TAR. uh, that's what they're calling themselves, or that's what they did call themselves. But they kind of like a play on tar and feathered, if you can look back to those days. But they told me that I'm good, that I don't have to go into hiding because they've hidden me already from control. Like, okay, how's that work? Like, don't worry about that. It's they play into the system. They've been infiltrating every, just like control did to us in the beginning. That whole WF and the NWO and stuff that you guys are probably going through right now, where they absolutely infiltrated every level of control until they eventually took control. Um, Tar is doing that with control. So, uh, with a wink or a nod or something, then people get things done. And so that's how they plan on taking control of control. It's brilliant. It's brilliant, but it's a long, arduous job and journey. So it. But they tell me that I'm okay. I can hang out in my box. They said, don't eat the green cheese. Don't. And I'm like, it's food. It's substance. And they just said, don't eat it. It's not what you think it is. I don't know what they mean by that, and they wouldn't tell me much after that. They did. They left me a recording device, so that they can communicate via, voice. But they said that don't, under any circumstances, do you allow anyone to see this or grab this. And that if need be, destroy it immediately. Just throw it on the ground. Boom, smash it with your boot. So, okay, all right. So I've been doing that. I'll leave a message and put it in a cache point, and then they'll leave a message afterwards. They suggest that that we have a rotation. So the first cache retrieval is within one day. Then the next is 3. And then the next is 9. And so that's to ensure that the cache is not being watched. They like to do that. Control would do that. They're sneaky. They're sneaky with our sneaky. So it's pretty neat how this whole like little underground thing works. And they fly under the radar. But I'm learning so much on how control gets controlled. But the dogs were actually going to retrieve a drone that went down, malfunctioned and went down, and well, they were going to come after me. If they would have found me out there, they would have got me. Is what Tar said. So, but Tar. Tar and feather, and they said that's their ultimate goal. So they've given me access to some of their archives, if you will, and it's pretty neat. Obviously, the timeline, which you guys are going through now. Obviously there was a major war, a major conflict that sparked whole bunch of other conflicts, and what happened is that since control had infiltrated every aspect of government from the top all the way down, they had total control of all the food supply and the energy, and I mean energy commodities. They had control of every aspect of fuel and everything, and so what they started to do is they started to hoard all that stuff for themselves, hoard it, buy it up, and deny everybody access. So, and then that made everybody weak. And then every war, every conflict that popped up, they used that as an excuse to take away more and more and more, so eventually there was a worldwide famine that should have never happened, and they were setting on millions upon millions of tons of food and energy and resources. What is it, Jerry? What is it? Oh, okay. What? Something's up. Somebody's here. I gotta go. This is A-4227.